All right, final source reading for 3.1. This is Explore page 8. Let's preview the questions. What types of boats were used to travel downstream the Tigris and the Euphrates rivers for trade? Why was it difficult for traders to travel upstream on the rivers? And lastly, what did the Mesopotamians develop to make it easier to trade by land? Over sea and land travel. Merchants in Mesopotamia traded goods they had for goods the people needed. Mesopotamians had oil, grains, and woven clothes. They traded these goods for things like wine, precious metals, jewels, and timber. Merchants from other lands also came to Mesopotamian cities to trade their goods. Merchants used several methods to transport their goods. Heavy products, such as large amounts of grain and mud brick, were easier to transport by boat. Precious stones or gems were small and relatively light. They could be easily transported overland, on foot, or by using pack animals such as donkeys. Over sea transport. The Tigris and the Euphrates rivers made transporting goods to and from Mesopotamia earlier. Traders often used boats to carry goods for trade. They had lightweight river boats called guffas. They were made of reed or canvas. A natural tar called bitumen was used to make them waterproof. Strong currents helped move the boats downstream, but coming upstream was another story. When traveling upstream, people and animals were used to tow boats. Difficult work. Next paragraph. When traveling by boat, merchants sometimes had to travel down the Euphrates rivers and through the Persian Gulf. The waters of the Euphrates were calm. However, the Persian Gulf waters were not. Pirates also were a danger. They traveled the Gulf looking for goods to steal. They would strike when a merchant ship was on the water or docked at night. For safety reasons, sea traffic was closely controlled by a series of laws. These laws were made by the governments of the city-states. The laws controlled the ways traffic moved in and out of ports. They also set fair wages for sailors and workers. You want a little more adventure about a heist and some of these merchant ships being ripped off, you should read the third code. Maybe you've heard about that already. All right, travel by land. Not all goods in Mesopotamia were produced near waterways, and not all markets could be reached by boat. By 3000 BCE, the Mesopotamians had actually begun to develop a system of roads. The roads linked cities to waterways and to each other. Some of the roads were even paved, as opposed to dirt or rock, right? All right, Mesopotamians used stone and bitumen to create the asphalt-like surface. Most of the roads and highways you know are made of asphalt. One of the earliest known long-distance roads was a 1,500-mile highway between the Persian Gulf and the Mediterranean Sea. The road connected Mesopotamia with waterways that could take traders to even lands further away. Long section, bear with me here. Over time, the roads were built around the region. Trade became even more common. The Babylonian Empire ruled Mesopotamia from around 2000 BCE to 1600 BCE. That's where Hammurabi was from, around 1750 BCE. During this period, merchants traveled a system of roads from southern Mesopotamia across the Fertile Crescent. The roads helped them bring goods to and from trading centers. Two more paragraphs. Some local traders carried their goods and packs on their backs as they walked the roads. For longer distances, merchants used donkeys and carts to transport their goods. Donkeys carried goods as faraway trading centers, one such as the Kanesh in what is now in the country of Turkey. Back then, it was also known as Anatolia. The trip there covered about 600 miles and could take a month or more. Some traveled overland as far as India and Egypt. Trade with distant places helped Mesopotamia grow and thrive. Mesopotamians used their natural resources and advances in agriculture and transportation to build a thriving civilization. Thousands of years later, our societies are still affected by the geography around us. Like the people of ancient Mesopotamia, we are constantly inventing tools and methods that help us use our natural resources.